Welcome back to the garage. So what we're gonna do is get some primer on some of the bare metal and use some seam sealer to fill up some gaps, seam seal stuff up, and hopefully get things relatively weatherproof in the rear. Also, I'm going to start scraping up the inside of the rear quarter panels. There's some of the OEM underbody stuff, and I want to get that prepped for whatever I decide to do on the bottom of the car as far as undercoating and paint goes. Also, I do want to share my fancy, I'm going to Vanna White it, my fancy new hardware setup. I think it was 140 bucks for some grade 5 hardware. And what I ended up doing, instead of spending $300 or $400, whatever the heck it was, for a master body fastener kit, I spent $140 on nice tumbled redone grade 5 hardware and $25 on that Harbor Freight hardware holder thing. And that should be plenty sufficient. Nice, clean, zinc-coated hardware for the car instead of spending a whole bunch of money for OEM-specific hardware. I'm going to do a whole bunch of mods that wouldn't be applicable with the OEM stuff. So I'm excited about that. I'll put links and stuff in the description for anybody that wants a good deal on hardware. It does come in bags. They are labeled and they're organized by size and whatnot, but it comes, you know, and we have what? Bolts. It came with nuts, obviously, flat washers, split washers, and yeah, that's it. But anyway, without further ado, let's go prime and seam seal. So this is the seam sealer and then the primer that I got. Dynatron is a 3M product. Everything I've read is it is the bee's knees and awesome. Works very, very well, apparently. So hopefully that will make up for my lack of skill. And then some anti-rust filler primer just to help kind of smooth things out. Anti-rust is always good, I think. I don't know if that's the right primer, but that's what I got, and that's what we're going to go with. I feel bad about my workbench, right? There's some other folks that have excellent YouTube channels that have nice carpeted workbenches. I feel like a slob over here, but it works for my purposes, and it was cheap. All right, so I got everything primed and most of the tail panel, I think all the tail panel at this point, seam sealed. It should dry in 15-20 minutes or so. Still need to do, there's my finger, underneath there, and then on the inside, a little bit of the seam seal in there, just to make sure that everything is watertight. But you can see up here, well, I don't know if you can see, but a little bit of gray, or the different shade of gray, I should say. That's all seam sealed there, all the way up around here. You know, coming down. I basically did everything that there's a seam back here. I don't know if I need to, but for the 18 bucks or whatever it was for the tube, I would rather deal with that than water ingress into the car where it should not be. So once I get that completely finished and dry, I'll do up underneath there, and then right on the inside here as well. So I need to do all that, and then, you know, right along the edge here just to make sure. All right, in the rear quarter, got the seam sealer all squared away. You can see where the previous owner, when he put the quarter on, let me get the light up there, did some seam sealer up that way. So I just continued that on down here, got that all squared away and sealed. So now we'll be able to keep the water, and we don't really get snow here, but water and schmutz and stuff out of the quarter panel to prevent some rust. All right, everything is primed, seam sealed, good to go on the back. Hopefully that'll be sufficient to prevent any water ingress. But I think that's about it. Again, pretty short video, not a whole lot of content there, not a whole lot to learn. I don't even know if you'd want to learn from me, to be quite honest. But next up, I think what I'm gonna do is do something a little bit different from the same body work and everything in the back that I have been doing. So I'll get my subframe connectors in. I have no idea even which ones I have or how they're supposed to go in. It all came in the package deal when I bought the car. And I will get the cross brace put in. I think that's what I'm gonna do next. Just again, a little change of pace. Hopefully the body dolly it's on isn't in the way. If it is, I'll have to figure that out. But anyway, thanks for coming along. YouTube it up. Like, comment, subscribe, comment, like, whatever order you see fit. But I appreciate y'all coming along, and I'll see you next time.